Hi boys and girls, welcome back. This is Preschool Week 7 of the spring session. Our first activity for today is called Target Number, and this is a great way to use your mental math strategies for addition and subtraction so that you can come up with different combinations of 5 and 10. Okay, boys and girls, this activity is called Target Number, and you're going to need a deck of cards, okay? You can either use a regular deck of cards from home like this, and you need the numbers ace through 9 because my target number is going to be 10. You could choose a different target number if you're not quite that skilled at coming up with different ways to make 10. Your target number could be 5 or it could be 7. You could make it anything you want, but I'm going to use 10 for mine since we've been working on different ways to make 10. Your ace in this situation is going to be a 1. So you could use a deck of cards like that. I actually prefer, if you have a deck of cards that looks like this at home, that doesn't have the actual like numbers on it. Like this has 1, 2, 3, 4. It shows 4 of something. I think it's best when it doesn't show that, when it just has the number on here. So I'm going to use these phase 10 cards for this activity. And basically, since my target number is 10, I am just going to lay out 6 cards. I can start with 6 cards. You could start with any that you want. You can, but I'm going to start with 4. I'll do 8. It doesn't matter. You can start with whatever, however many cards you want. And basically, I'm going to look at these cards and I'm going to say, what 2 cards do I have here that would equal 10, my target number? Can you find 2 cards that equal 10? I see one right here, a 9 and a 1. 9 plus 1 makes 10. I can take that. Is there another one that equals 10? As I clear one out, I can always put more cards down in their place. Do you see anything else that equals 10? Did you say 6 and 4? 6 and 4 make 10 also, so there's another one. And then you just keep playing like that. Now, if you have an older child at your house, or if your child is more advanced, you can do different things. Like you could even say, add subtraction to this and say, we'd have to have different cards, like, or maybe we make our target number, we'll say our target number is 6. Okay, so now can I subtract any 2 numbers to come up with the target number 6? So I cannot on this, so I'm going to add to it. Here's 1. Then in this situation, you could say 7 minus or take away 1 would be 6. So there's a target number right there. This is for the more advanced child, okay? And you might have to think about different numbers so that this works a little bit better with subtraction. But you could do addition or subtraction, combine the 2. I can't find a subtraction problem in this, but I can find another addition problem. 4 plus 2 equals 6. All right, so that's the idea. So help you figure out how to play target number with both addition, and with more advanced kids, you can pull in the subtraction as well. Our next activity for today is called I Wish I Had. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to play a game called I Wish I Had. And in this game, we're going to use either our dot cards, or you could use your number cards as well, okay? You could even use these number cards that are attached to your homework packet for this activity. Just cut them out and use them as cards. All right, but I'm going to do it with these dot cards for right now. And basically, I'm just going to take a card and show it to you. And I'm going to say, I wish I had 6. And then you're going to tell me how many more I need to make 6. Do you know? 2. So this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would need 2 more to make 6. All right. This one I'm going to say, I wish I had 5. How many more do I need to make 5? I have 3, 4 here. 4 plus 1 more is 5. All right, let's see if we can do a harder one. I wish I had 10. 3, 6, 9. I need 1 more to get to 10. Okay, that's how you play it with those. Or you can play it with your cards, as I said, and you could just pick any number. Say, I wish I had 5. How many more do you need to make 5? 2 more. So you can see how the Wish I Had game is played. Our next activity for today is called Counting On, and you can vary the difficulty level of this activity just by varying the numbers. Sometimes you can use 0 to 5 or 5 to 10, or you can even go way down the number line and use something more difficult. So, counting on. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to play a game called Counting On. And parents, this is super simple. You're just going to get this deck of cards out of your bin. And basically, you're going to flash a card at your child and you're just going to say count on from there. So can you count on from 7? Remember, put 7 in your head. 8, 9, 10. Okay? Can you count on from 8? 8, 9, 10. And then you would just keep going like that. You can put any kind of cards in here. You can keep it just as 0 to 5, 1 to 5, or 1 to 10, or you can go all the way up to 25. Whatever level your child's at, that's the kind of cards that you want to include in this game. Okay? Okay, boys and girls, our next activity is our word family house, and this week we're going to do words in the Ed word family. Okay, boys and girls, now I need you to take out your word family journals because we're going to do words in the Ed word family. Okay, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to find my first gray space on my paper. You guys have been doing great with these word families, so just keep it up. We're going to start right here and we're going to do Remember that letter? The E. And to make the E, you're going to be right in the middle of the gray space. And you're going to make a line and then put a C around it. And that's the E. You remember eggs in a pan, eggs in a pan, eggs in a pan, crack an egg like this. The E and the A are sounds that are very close together, parents. So it really does help if your kid is struggling with this to use the egg and the ants. Ants is for the letter A. Ants, and then is for the letter E. And it's such a small distinction between the two, so maybe you could help your child if they're struggling to get that down a little bit by using the sounds in the Jolly Phonics songs. Okay, so anyway, and then duh. Duh is the next letter, and that is our D. So that's our word family, Ed, and now we got to figure out words that rhyme with Ed. What about lead? I'm going to go down to the next set of lines, and L is the L, and it's a tall letter. L, and then we have our E and our D. Lead. Can you think of another one? Bed. Very good. We're going to go down to the next set of lines, and here we have our D. Now, I've brought this up in previous weeks. The B and the D, always tricky not always tricky for kids, but tricky for a lot of kids. And so one way we can remember it is if you put the top hump on, then the little b would be a big B. Okay, so that's one way. We can also hold up these little symbols right here and kind of make like eyeglasses. And if you can see here, we have the B and the D. So you can see where our stems are for the B and the D. And that helps us remember what side the stem goes on. So that's D. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you out. Okay, we have Ed, lead, bed. Can you think of another one? Fed. What letter is F? An F. Very good. So we're going to go down to the next set of lines and we're going to make an F. And I call the F the candy cane letter because we're going to start here. We're going to go up and we're going to make a candy cane. And then we're going to cross it. That's the F. D. Now, I'm only going to show you 3, but I want you guys to keep going and add a couple more of your own, okay, so that you can maybe even get to the end of the page and really impress me. I cannot wait to see these during our teacher talk time. Our next activity for today is called Bumper Car Buddies, and this is a great activity for listening for ending sounds in words. In this activity, we're going to listen for words that end with an S, an N, or a B. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to do an activity called Bumper Car Buddies. And it's just a really easy activity for listening for the ending sounds of words. But we're kind of, some of you are just getting used to or just starting to listen for those ending sounds. So I'm going to help you come up with a way to hear them a little bit easier. All right, this is a knob. Okay, so you have to find out if it ends with an S, an N, N, or a B, B. Okay, knob. And I could even do this to help you figure it out. N, a, b, b, b. And that's the ending sound right there at the b. Okay, n, a, b. What do you hear at the end? Did you say B? Okay, so now you get to color one of the B's on the flag, and you get to color the door and the doorknob here. So that's where we're going to start. Let's do the next one together. Grapes. Grapes. Do you hear the S on the end? What letter is it? S. So you get to color the S and you get to color the grapes. And you're just going to listen for those ending sounds all the way around the sheet here. And then you get to color the rest of the picture when you're done. Okay, boys and girls, the next activity is called Sandwich Shop. And it isn't just one of my favorites, it is the favorite of many kids in my classes. So for this activity, you're going to be learning or working on your beginning, middle, and ending sounds. And you're also going to be reading those consonant, vowel, consonant sounds. I suggest that you play this at home several times. You can even try to beat the clock. You can try to race a friend. You can play it in lots of different ways. But I definitely think that this is a great activity. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to do an activity called Sandwich Shop. This is one of my favorites, and many kids in my classes love this activity also. You're going to take the cheese and the bread that is attached to your homework packet, and you're going to take them off, and then you're going to cut them out. So you have pieces of cheese and pieces of bread, because we are going to make grilled cheese sandwiches. Okay, I'm going to put the bread off to the side for a moment, and we're going to look at the cheese. These are our vowels. Do you know what your vowels are? Can you shout them out? Your vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, okay? Now, the vowels are very, very important because they're like the sticky glue that holds a word together. Or in this situation, they are the gooey cheese that's gonna hold together a grilled cheese sandwich. You cannot have a word unless it has a vowel in it. So talk to your parents later about what vowels are in your name and what vowels are in their name. There has to be a vowel. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the vowels. I'm going to point to them and say the letter, and I want you to shout out the sound that the vowel makes. Okay, this is the letter A. What does it say? Ah. This is the letter E. What does it say? Like eggs in a pan. The letter I. O says like turning on and off the light switch. The U says like up go umbrellas. Okay, so those are our vowels, and very important to remember what they are. So I have a little song to help you remember what they are, and it goes like this. I love vowels, yes I do. A, E, I, O, and U. Sometimes Y's a vowel too. Vowels, vowels. Now, let's see if you can sing it along with me. Here we go. I love vowels, yes I do. A, E, I, O, and U. Sometimes Y's a vowel too. Vowels, vowels. Okay, so those are your vowels. Very important. I'm going to put the vowels over on this side. A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, now we have our bread, which I'm going to line up on the other side. We have a P, T, S, F, N, and B, B, B. Okay, so go over those sounds one more time. We have a, right here, we have a B, 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 N, N, F, F, P, 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 P. T, 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 and S, s. Okay, now what we're going to do is, and Mom and Dad, you guys are going to do this at home. I'm going to practice a couple right here, but let me see if I can get all these on so we can see everything. Okay, so I'm going to shout out a word, and then you're going to have to pull a piece of bread, and then a piece of cheese, and then another piece of bread to make the word. Okay, my first word is going to be pin. So I'm going to take the pa, and then I need my I right here, I, and then my n to make the word pin. And then pa, I, n. Very good. You can sound it out like this on your arm if you're still working on coming up with it. Pa, I, n, pin. And then we're going to put our bread and our cheese back. And then you'd shout out another word. Okay, boys and girls, our story for today is called A Beastie's Story. And this is just a cute little rhyming book that I think you'll have a lot of fun with. You can find a read aloud of it on YouTube or check it out of your local library. And then read the story. And then after you read the story, tune back in because there's a couple good activities to do after you finish reading the story. Okay, boys and girls, hopefully you had a chance to read A Beastie's Story. It's a cute little story, and now we have a fun activity to do with it. So the first thing you need to do is get a colored piece of paper and make some little beasts like this. You can cut out any kind of shapes that you want, put a couple eyes on them, and then make sure you can cut them down the middle, okay? So once you make that, you're going to take the picture cards that are on here. These are rhyming picture cards. Now, if you don't want to make the beast, you can just cut the picture cards out and then have the kids match up the pictures that rhyme. But if you want to do the beast, we can do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to have on this side, I'm going to have some of my words or picture cards. And then on this side, I'm going to have some others. And we're going to make some beasts together, okay? So first I have shirt over here. Now you've got to find some picture card over here that rhymes with shirt so that you can make your first beast. Is it shirt fire, shirt king, shirt glue, or shirt skirt? Did you say shirt skirt? You are correct, and you made your first beast. All right, then you would move on to the next one. Shoe. Does shoe rhyme with fire, king, or glue? Glue. Very good. And you keep playing like that until all the ghosts are made. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to do an activity called Willy, Nilly. And this also goes along with our A Beastie Story book that we read. And basically, here's how you play right here. And under here are all of your shirts. So you're going to cut all these word cards out. And then I have them cut out right here. I actually put them on cardstock paper and cut them out in different colors just to make it a little bit more fun. But basically you're just going to look at the word families here, and then we're going to add and make word families under each one of these shirts, okay? So these are all going to be the un word family. Here we have the et word family, ot, and an. Okay, so any words that we put under here need to end with the un, because if it's part of the same word family and it rhymes, it's going to end the same. So in order for it to rhyme, it's going to end the same, and that's what makes our word family. All right, so my first word is sun. Am I going to put it under un, et, ot, or an? Un. It has a un and this has a un, so I'm going to put it right under there. The next word is, can you read it? Let. Let. And it ends with an et, so I'm going to put it right under my et because they both end with an et. Next one is going to be, can you read this word? Can. And can is going to go under my an shirt. So you get the idea. You're going to sort all of your cards underneath their correct shirts, and then you're going to go back and you're going to read all the word families in the un, and they're all going to rhyme. And let me put a couple down here to give you an idea. We're going to do un, sun, bun. We might have ton, And then you read all your word families, and then keep this activity though, because you might want to lay these out again for the next few days and keep practicing reading through all the different word families.